Get to the morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
Woman has called out her boyfriend's bizarre underwear habit, in inverted commas, on the internet. So she described his strange behaviour regarding to just how often he changes into a new pair of pants. So the woman explained, I have discovered after moving in together that he only changes his underwear after he showers in the evening, and then he doesn't replace them with a fresh pair each morning after sleeping with them.
Oh, I'm going to play this, even though I'm not shocked at all. This is where us, when we're talking males v females, we differ very, very muchly.
Okay, so talk us through your underwear habits.
My underwear habits now are on board with what you would think is normal. And that is, yes, every time I get up in the morning, fresh pair of undies.
Good.
So, and I sleep in boxes and stuff at night. But what I will say is, I've got little Peter Alexander sleeping shorts. I'd hate to know the rotation of them.
Yeah, oh really?
I could wear them every night for a good couple of weeks, I reckon.
Couple of weeks?
But as a young bloke, 100%. You're lazier when you're young. And I dead set went through a stage where you put some fresh undies on the night before and you just cruise straight out into a pair of pants the next morning, same undies.
Okay, well, let's hear from Dr. Chung Tang, actually. He's a GP. He's weighed into this. And he said, while wearing underwear for multiple days isn't ideal, breathable cotton boxers can be worn for 2 days if proper hygiene practices are maintained.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thanks, Dr. Chung. I think the bigger issue here, Andrew Hayes, is wearing undies to bed. I get you, I hear you, and I feel you when you say you have proper sleep boxers. That's okay.
Yeah.
And you can probably get away, not 2 weeks, but maybe a week or so with them.
Right.
If you're changing into proper undies during the day.
Okay, so not genuine cotton briefs.
No.
What are your thoughts on like some Ren and Stimpy satin boxes? Like back in the day.
Oh, no. Oh, can you remember like the Disney ones and the cartoon ones too?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so if you're with a bloke right now and he's wearing Ren and Stimpy boxes or anything that are satin boxes, you just wonder what else is he having? A warm cup of milk before he goes to bed at night?
The whole undies at night thing is really interesting, and I remember my girlfriend telling me that her daughter went for a sleepover at someone else's house, and when the mother dropped her back the next day, she stood at her front door and she said, look, I had to have a chat with her about like not wearing undies to bed. Like she probably should be wearing undies to bed.
Oh, she was freeing herself.
Yes. To which my friend's daughter turned around and said, well, how are your bits supposed to breathe at night?
It's a very good point.
It's a valid point.
Here's what you're waking up to, Adelaide.
In the news today.
Breaking news.
What's in the news today?
Your post-snooze news.
Sometimes you forget you're not a 13-year-old boy in the playground, don't you?
Dead set playing with the lads yesterday. Just sort of roughing up Jody, and all of a sudden there was tears.
It wasn't that bad. Okay, let's go to Abby in the newsroom for all the latest. What's been happening in the last 12 hours overnight while everyone's been snoozing?
Good morning. So we have something which is close to my heart because this is down in my neck of the woods. But basically, you might remember Kai Cowley. He was tragically taken by a shark and killed last year.
Yeah.
He was the 15-year-old who he used to go to Cardine, or he was a student of Cardine College. Now, basically, there's a local artist who also did our Nova mural out of Elizabeth, Mike Sander, and he's pushing to do this free mural on the Seaford Amenities toilet blocks. So essentially they're needing feedback. The council, he's engaged with the Onkaparinga Council, but they're needing feedback and you can sort of have your say. The mural is beautiful. It's a picture of Kai doing it's a shaka, which is a surfing you know, in the surfing community. I'm obviously not a surfer, clearly. But yeah, so they're just looking for feedback on that. But Mike is offering his labour and materials for free as a gesture to support the family and obviously the community. And there will also be a plaque for surfers there as well.
That's so lovely. And can I suggest that after your attempt of describing that hand movement, you will never be welcomed in the surfing community?
No.
I think you need to firm up your wrists when you do a shaka. Yours was very limp and just lifeless. It was a real lifeless shaka, all right?
Which is weird for me because, you know, I've got very strong wrists.
100%.
Not saying anything else,
and
but...
you're very passionate in that space. But what I'm saying is just throw a bit more enthusiasm when you're throwing out a shaka there.
But yeah, so Kai's family and friends are behind the mural as well. So it's a good way to remember him and anyone else, you know, in the surfing community.
Cool. Thanks, Ab. Just turn her mic off for a bit, can you?
Thanks.
What about this? Particularly during this story, thanks. One of Australia's deadliest snakes has broken a terrifying world record, extracting enough venom to kill 400 people in one yield.
Oh my very goodness, that is scary. On top of that, how sassy are snakes sometimes?
I'm a snake.
You know what I mean?
I'm a snake. I'm a slithery little sneaky snake.
And I could kill you with one bite. Also, don't get me started about snakes on a plane.
I am had with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Everybody strap in.
Here we go.
I'm about to open some windows.
Yeah.
So this snake is called Cyclone. It's a coastal taipan. It lives at the Australian Reptile Park. It's part of a deadly and dangerous venom program that helps save lives across Australia. So basically, they've got it and they've gone, here, get some venom into a jar, and they've established that venom could kill 400 people.
Oh my gosh.
I can't touch snakes. I've never touched one. Every time I go to put my hand on it, I pull back and I can't do it.
Are we still talking about the previous conversation, or what's going on here?
I'm talking about actual snakes. Don't be like this.
Right, it's okay.
I
Because
can't do
apparently they have
it.
excellent risk control. So if anyone could handle a snake, even a taipan like this, it would be newsreader Abby. But here we are. I'm just a little bit confused right now.
Producer Anne's head is in her hands at this point.
Yeah.
I would suggest that sometimes when Abby opens her mouth, there's enough venom to kill 400 people.
Yeah, that is true.
Correct.
Are you a taipan snake, Abby?
I am, actually. I identify as a taipan snake.
That's good. Any sort of extra benefits you can get from the government?
I wonder.
You identify as a taipan snake. For example, I could kill you with one bite.
Surely. Because I'm the most dangerous thing, so...
You are. You want to talk about the deadliest creatures on the planet?
Yeah.
Abby, first thing in the morning.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, for goodness sakes, I've gotten better.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's easy. She's definitely easy.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you've noticed that because I haven't.
Just needs to work on her shaka as well. 10 minutes past 6, that is your post-snooze news. We're on a roll this morning, Joes, aren't we?
That
Absolutely on a roll.
took a few different turns that no one saw coming.
Absolutely. Special time of the week, Joes.
Sure is. This is where, I like to diarise, journal, all those things, to put words on paper to make you feel better about yourself. And quite often that means putting down other people around you. That's precisely what I've done.
Yes. Enjoy Jodie's diary, the week that was, in the eyes of Jodie Oddie.
Jodie's diary.
Dear diary, first up, how's your do it?
Cats will do that on purpose. They know exactly what they're doing.
Do they?
They press their bums against your skin. You're like, I can feel your doot on my arm.
You what?
Your little doot on my arm. It's very disturbing.
Your little doot.
What's that? Brother.
Baby, do you know what that's worth?
Brother.
Heaven is a place on earth.
We were all legs in the air Mickey style this week.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey,
It was at a hen's party too.
Fire engine in one hand,
Yeah. Legs in the air in the other.
dart in the other. What? It was a different time.
No,
it
that's
was a
the
different
Mickey
time.
dance. where you-
Hang on a second. Fire engine in one hand, a dart in the other, and your legs up.
No,
What is going on?
I meant that kick. You know how you do. Okay. And when I wasn't dancing to Mickey, I was being so freaking cool in Ugg boots into clubs.
What about Joe's picks up and she goes home and she wouldn't take her Ugg boots off?
And there was a real doggo theme this week.
You just wonder if push came to shove how far you could throw Sid. She's very throwable.
You would be... Settle down, puppy thrower. Sid's not well, you know. But the switch on Sid's face, when the thermometer went whoop, was like, ooh.
Good on you, Sid. It's really making the most of what is a dire situation.
Yeah, and all of a sudden Barry White started playing. The Audie kids were holding hands and everyone was smiling.
What about as well when you went home and Sid's on the couch and you're like, what are you looking at on your phone? And she's just swiping through photos of the vet.
Speaking of lubrication,
One of the weddings, I was the MC, and I was a little bit nervous, so maybe I lubricated myself just a little bit too much. And in terms of being the MC, some of the things I said was just probably a little bit too loose.
and did you have a few drinks as well?
Well
play. Welcome.
And what about when you insinuate your mate is a D-head and then it spectacularly backfires?
It is a special time of the morning. Now is when we play the 6:15 vending machine quiz, and this is where Jodes, just as courageously as it gets, drops the first question.
I mean, it's just a question, mate. I've done much harder things in my life than this.
Well,
But if you want to build it up, then
sometimes you make it harder than it needs to be.
Does Thunderbirds tickets double pieces? Double pieces. I think I just said wrong. And now
You're under pressure now. You've really got to start delivering.
Now I've come undone. It turns out my brain's a slinky. Yeah, I love that. Does that song make you think of the slinky just travelling through the streets?
Is that
In the film clip, yeah. Okay, clearly not. I'm the only one.
I thought it was your brain ticking over. I feel like in your brain there's constantly a slinky just ticking over, going down the stairs, you know.
Do you know what it says? On one step it's brought, the next step it's bought. Because she can't figure out the difference between them.
Well played.
Bought.
We'll get it. We'll get there eventually.
Brought.
Understand that Jodie, at the age of what, 35?
Yeah.
Doesn't know the difference between brought and bought. So bought by, brought bring. Can't do it.
If you bought something, you bite it. Oh, hang on, wait.
Oh my God.
You couldn't script this kind of
This
stuff.
is ridiculous.
Wait.
It does your head in.
Hazy had a bit of feedback for the AFL this week, in particular, the darling of pop, Katy Perry.
She's just trying to put food on the table. Yeah.
Oh,
Her and Orlando and their kid.
What vibe menu log?
And we all know who Josh Rochelle wants to hear at the G, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Katy Perry would be pretty awesome, but as a young kid, I was totally obsessed with Delta Goodrem growing up, which is quite funny.
I didn't see that coming either.
I don't think anyone saw that coming.
No.
That's great.
Let's round it out with two old gals in their 90s who went viral with over 8 million views worldwide after I sat down with besties in their 90s, Connie and Billy. Should I tell her what you called her when she was on the bike?
No. What did I call you on the bike, Dubs? Oh, I couldn't repeat it. Oh.
I could repeat it. I think you called her a tart.
Oh, fart. A fart. Oh,
Did you call her an old fart?
I really meant tart. You what? I really meant tart.
I don't reckon they should let Double Trouble out and about, do you?
Who's Double Trouble?
You.
Oh, don't say say poo. It sounds much better. Oh, poo-poo.
So, to all the slinky brains, bought. Thermometer lovers, Sid's face, when the thermometer went, whoop, was like, ooh. And our senior besties.
Oh, poo-poo.
Go off this weekend, kings and queens. All my love, Jodie.
Battle of the Bangers.
Battle of the Bangers. The score sits at 13-8. I'm hoping to make an epic comeback here. So that's why I need everyone to jump on the Jodie and Hazy Instagram page and just vote for the good guys, you know?
Yeah, you love getting yourself in a situation where you need to make an aggressive comeback. Love that.
Yep.
You're doing it for song as well.
Yep.
And I feel like it's almost deja vu. We were in this situation this time last year.
Sure.
But in saying that, you won Battle of the Bangers overall last year.
Yeah, I did.
So the comeback, I'd tell you what, they'll make a documentary out of it one day.
Maybe.
Who knows?
So the theme this week is cars, driving. Of course, school holidays.
Yeah.
People driving everywhere, going on little getaways and trips. And also, someone ended up on the O-Bahn again.
Yes.
So that's our inspo.
That's particularly my inspiration because guess what? The O-Bahn claimed another victim. Sorry, the elderly. Another one bites the dust. Doesn't the O-Bahn just prey on the elderly?
Another one bites the dust.
It has an insatiable appetite for the elderly.
I mean, I think we should clarify that the driver was not injured and was fine.
And she was
Yes,
fine.
yes.
And also, another reason to vote for me because you're a little bit ageist.
So for all the people who are 85 plus listening right now, soz.
And also, what are you doing here? Will and Dave are upstairs at 588.
Exactly right.
For goodness sake.
Flick it over to the AM. All right, so I've got Queen, another one bites the dust. Yours, Jodes? The Weeknd, Blinding Lights.
Blinding Lights.
Good tune.
Yeah.
It's a really good tune.
Obviously, cars have headlights. Headlights, cars, The Weeknd, Blinding Lights.
When you talk about these lights, we talking like fog lights or main lights or what sort of lights?
Either or, mate, whatever takes your fancy. Whichever ones you can find on a day like today where you need your fog lights and you're like, where the hell are they located?
Spot on. I like the diversity of this matchup. Queen versus The Weeknd. Who saw that
different.
So,
sorry,
Jodes, I've just got to come in here because I have checked the scores. There are 2 votes.
Oh, my
in it.
very goodness.
So if you've got to make an impassioned plea to get your song across the line.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
and I
Do you want to make an impassioned play?
No. I just feel like you've shot yourself in the foot.
Why?
Because you've just had a crack at the 85 pluses, and they're the only ones that would vote for Queen.
Yeah, okay.
on
Look,
this
I'll
occasion.
say it right now. If you are 85 plus, don't bother voting for mine, okay?
Okay.
I don't think that's going to move the needle too much.
I don't think they're going to be adept on Instagram anyway, to be honest.
Yeah. What I would say is, I
here
think
we go.
Blinding Lights is almost the most streamed song of all time or something like that. It's got
It
some
is.
crazy statistic, is
People
it?
love
Yeah,
it.
it's like
there you
3
go.
point something billion streams.
I just wonder if there's much thought that's gone into it, or you're just going for what you think is really popular.
My only thing is that Freddie Mercury and Queen are popular again because of the biopic on Netflix. And it's
Wow.
actually really, really good.
Yeah.
I watched it over the break.
Did
Your
you vote?
unconscious bias
yet.
in this space is disgusting to me.
Oh, here we go.
Absolutely repulsive. Each and every week you subtly throw your weight behind him, and I'm a little bit over it.
Do you know what, Abs? Don't take that. Vote for me.
Full credit to the boys, baby.
All right, there you go.
Kisses you on the forehead every morning, doesn't he?
Correct. So maybe you should start doing that.
No, thank you.
Or I take bribes.
All right, it is very, very close. Cast your vote at Jodie and Hazy on Instagram. Winning song will be announced just after 8 o'clock. I love talking about Will Ferrell. The guy is very, very good at his job.
Well, Dak, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
Yes, he does, each and every day. He just doesn't know when to quit.
Just got back from an orgy. Some guy named Steve's house. I'm exhausted. I mean, my wiener said to me, Jackie, I've had enough of this orgy.
Speaking of that wiener,
You an official here? Because you have officially given me a boner.
just doesn't know when to stop.
Oh, goodness.
We can sit here for hours.
We could.
Playing excellent Will Ferrell movie quotes.
Yep, never ends.
But we have to get on with things. He's revealed via a podcast that his real name is not Will in terms of his first name, and he doesn't actually really like it.
I remember feeling so embarrassed because my real name is John William Farrell. So first day of school, the teacher would be like, John Farrell, and it was so embarrassing to me.
Why would that be embarrassing?
No, it's not.
Strange though, isn't it?
In terms of names, there's a lot worse.
Yes.
Isn't there?
Do you want me to quickly run through some names that have been registered on the American birth certificates?
Sure.
These are genuine names, by the way. You've got Elizabeth. Absidy.
Wait. Elizabeth with a R.
Elizabeth. There's an
Right.
R in there. Bruth.
Can I remember
Just
that?
before the Beth. Bruth.
Next time I go out north, going out to Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Absidy, spelled A-B-C-D-E.
Absidy.
Oh, my gosh.
Goodness
that's a
me.
real thing. You've got Beverly.
These just sounds like names with a speech impediment.
Oh, my gosh. The brothers, Merica and Jerica. You've also got Melanomia. Oh, that's dangerous, isn't it? And my favourite, and this is apparently a boy's name, Clitus. There's a boy's name in America. It is Clitus.
Isn't it Cletus?
No, it's Clitus.
It's Clitus.
C-L-I-T-I-S.
Okay.
Yes, not Cletus.
Good, thanks.
So John's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
But I was always embarrassed of Andrew growing up.
Why?
I just didn't like it.
Didn't you?
For some reason. Maybe it's just a thing where you don't really like your own name.
Yeah, maybe it was too advanced for all those people on the farm, all 12 of them.
Who knows? 2 syllables can be tricky. I probably would have suited being a John.
Yeah?
Yeah, much easier.
Who's to say? I was always embarrassed of my middle name.
What's your middle name? Here we go. It's Clitus, isn't it?
No, it's Colette.
Oh, okay.
And so when I was...
Jodie Collette.
Jodie
That's
Collette.
small.
So shut up.
Colette.
Haven't you heard that before? Haven't I told you?
I don't think so.
Oh, so, and can you remember Colette back in the 80s had a song called Ring My Bell?
Oh, ring my bell, ring my bell. That's a good song.
Ring my bell.
Yeah, so you should
ding
be proud of
dong. No, I wasn't proud because every time at school when everyone was like, what's your middle name? It's like Colette. Everyone would be like, you can ring my bell. Shut up.
Yeah, you got bored with it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder, 13, 24, 10, who's embarrassed by their name so much so that they even change their name? Or they go by their middle name, like Will Ferrell.
So I don't want to bring it back to you, but if I were you, I'd be more embarrassed by your middle name.
Yeah. See, Mum.
Andrew Fraser.
No, Fisher.
Oh, sorry.
Fraser. Yeah. Although, what would you
Either
prefer?
or.
What would you prefer, Fisher or Fraser?
Fisher or Fraser, they're both as bad as one another.
Well, Fisher was probably not very cool until the DJ came along.
Oh, yes.
So now it's not too bad.
Yeah, neck minute.
But Fraser gives a spell.
You're the coolest kid in primary school. Woo!
13, 24, 10. Are you embarrassed by your name? And did you even change your name?
Good morning, Rose.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're good. You changed your name?
I did, yes. I had an unfortunate name. My name was Tiziana.
There it is. There it is. Hang on a second. So your name was Tiziana.
Tiziana, yeah. Tiziana.
What's the origin of Tiziana?
That's my grandmother's name.
Oh, and bless her, she was magnificent.
Yes.
But
She was. She had big ones, you know.
Do we dare ask what your nickname was before you changed it? No.
Oh, you can just imagine. That was the reason why I changed. I was completely traumatised by the name calling.
Yeah. Hey, Rose, do you reside in West Croydon?
I do, yeah.
Right. So do you go to Willow Bend, the little coffee shop down there, ever?
I do, on Queen Street, yes.
Yes.
I'm just around the corner from there. Great.
Please, because I think that they would love this. Next time you get a coffee, can you please leave the name Tiziana so they've got to call it out when they give you a coffee, and they will love it.
What did you change it to, Rose?
Rose.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wait.
Hello.
We'll get there. I might send Jodie down to Queen Street as well so she can get a coffee there, Rose.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I thought you meant your last name was Titsy.
Oh, gosh. We're getting there. G'day, Nikita.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, going very well. This is your name now. Was there a former name?
Okay, so when I was born, my mother actually nicknamed me a word called skeet.
Oh.
Skeet.
Now, I thought that was quite innocent until I was a bit older and a song came out, and I've got to keep it clean because of the time. A song came out, and one of the lyrics was, "I want to ski on your face."
Oh, cool.
Oh.
I can only imagine that particular action is something untoward.
Yes.
Right.
So, after, 30 years of being called this name, I've gone back to being called Nikita.
Oh,
Nikita,
there you go. That works.
Okay. What was the song title? What song was it?
It was some rap song, hip-hop song, but if you look up that word in the Urban Dictionary, it comes up.
Yeah, right, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Nikita.
Yeah, so thanks, Mum.
Yeah, Nikita's much safer, isn't it? I don't think your mum had that in mind when she nicknamed you, though.
Oh,
let's hope not.
No.
Right. I've just looked it up via the Urban Dictionary, and yes, it is what I suspected in terms of something untoward going on your face, Nikita. So, yes.
Oh, Nikita, thank you so much for the call.
There we go. See you later there, Skeet. No, Skeet. No, Skeet. No, Skeet. There you go.
Battle of the Bangers.
Yes, a nice little game we like to play, which gets very, very serious. It's very competitive, and so it should be, particularly from you at the moment, Joes, because you're trailing quite furiously. It's 13-8, so you need to just close this gap ever so slightly. Theme this week, driving songs.
Yes. Probably didn't need a lecture from you.
Nah, it's okay.
So driving songs based on the fact that school holidays, a lot of families going on little getaways. Someone got stuck on the O-Bahn as well.
Spot on.
So
Beautiful.
that was your inspo, wasn't it?
That was my inspo, so I went with Queen. Another One Bites the Dust, of course. Well done to the O-Bahn for just consuming another elderly driver. And you've gone with The Weeknd, Blinding Lights. It is a good song, and the world would agree with you, Joe. It's given it's the most streamed song of all time.
Oh, I didn't know that before I picked it.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I think this link that you've had this time, Jodes, with your song choices, because sometimes it's a very tenuous link. But this one's a little bit better than when we had Leap in February for Leap Year, and you went with Def Leopard, because a collective noun of leopards is a leap.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm
You
pretty
thought
sure
that was
it won.
brilliant, didn't you?
I'm actually sure it won. So,
Well, you might be happy to know today that your tenuous link has won you another round of Battle of the Bangers.
That's not the way I thought you were going. I thought there was definitely a butt in there.
No buts today. Decided by 2 votes.
What?
Yep.
There you go, tie contest.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, congratulations. So it is now 13-9.
Whoa.
You're closing the gap. And here we go. The Weekend of Blinding White Lights is this week's winner of Battle of the Bangers. Hate to say it, but congratulations to Jody Oddie.
Here's what you're waking up to, Adelaide.
In the news today.
Breaking news.
What's in the news today?
Your post snooze news.
President Biden. The People's President.
Yeah.
Morning to you, news reader Abby.
Good morning. Oh, my voice is going.
Why do you feel like if President Biden lived here in Adelaide that he'd get stuck on the O-Bahn?
100%. He would.
Oh, come on now.
He would end up on the O-Bahn. There's no question about it.
He doesn't drive himself anywhere.
Well, that's true. But he would direct the drive.
True.
Go down here.
So, yes, obviously all eyes have been on Biden for the last few weeks because the presidential race to the White House is heating up. It could be another nail in the coffin for him, though. So he had this disastrous presidential debate where he basically looked like he just had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
It was like all of a sudden he came to and he was like, oh, I'm standing here next to Donald Trump. Anyway, he's got the name of a world leader, I'm going to say, wrong. Let's have a listen.
And now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin.
No.
No. So
No, Joey B.
the Ukraine leader is Volodymyr Zelensky, for those playing at home. And so in front of all the NATO leaders, because the NATO summit is happening over in the US at the moment, Biden has got up and he has introduced the Ukraine leader as Putin.
So can we just be very clear about this? He has just called a president who is at war with another country the name of the president who he's at war with another country.
Correct. It's quite disastrous.
Whoa.
You just sort of feel like... Do you reckon his brain was saying, hey, whatever you do, don't call him Putin, okay?
Yeah.
Call him anything else. Call him Roger Rabbit. Just don't call him Putin.
Yeah.
And then Putin came out of his mouth.
Yeah.
You should have seen the reaction as well from Zelensky.
Zelensky.
He wasn't overly impressed with the situation.
Oh, my God.
But he's due to speak with media in sort of the next hour or so. But he's already pushed back. So he hasn't actually done a press conference on his own or just him for 8 months or something. He sends his press secretary or whatever she's called.
Yeah.
But he's due to speak with the media in the next hour, but he's already pushed that back this morning. So after that, I'd just go and get into my bed and sleep, I think. I just wouldn't get up, 100%. To be honest.
Well, who knows if Joe actually will ever get up? That's the problem when he goes to bed. Actually, like, is he going to wake up tomorrow? Do you know what I mean? I'm just being honest. He's just being real here.
He's talking like when I used to go over to Nan Williams's house, right?
Yeah.
And she'd had a couple of brandies before we got there and just was incoherent and making no sense.
Yeah.
That's Joe Biden.
That's Joe. That's Joey B. And I can't stress just how much I agree with you on this, Jodes. If President Biden was in Adelaide, 100% he would end up on the O-Bahn.
I feel kind of sorry for him.
No, I think he's had his
but
time.
It's time
no,
to
because
go.
I don't feel sorry for him because I think he needs to park his ego and do what's best for the country.
Yeah.
And stand aside and let someone who is much more capable and competent and with it.
Yeah,
They just
100%.
need to, when he's walking up to the lectern, they just need to ever so slightly veer him in a different direction and he'll just walk past. It's fine. Very slowly, but he'll go past it. That's all you need to do.
And then he goes into the toilets and starts talking into the mirror and is none the wiser.
Just start talking to the hand dryer.
He's giving her this one.
G'day, Miss G'day, g'day, President Putin. And the hair dryer's like,
He just walks up to the Dyson and he's like, my fellow Americans.
Ooh. Thank you. Just quickly, do you remember, and this happened quite recently, do you remember where he was reading off a teleprompter and he said something and then instead of genuinely pausing, he read out, pause.
That's something I'd do.
That's when you knew he was cooked.
Oh, that's something I would do.
That's when you absolutely knew he was cooked. But anyway.
Shades of F you, San Diego. Okay, Ron Burgundy.
Good luck to you, Joey B. To young parents in particular out there, it can be tough. Sometimes you just have to throw the book out and make up your own rules when you can't get your message through. Do you know what I mean, Jo? It's as a mother of 4 beautiful girls.
Yeah, you have to be flexible. You have to be prepared to pivot, and sometimes you have to be prepared to yell a lot.
Yes. My 3-year-old is going through a bit of a shut-up phase.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, she tells us to shut up aggressively. Shut up, like that. Oh, shut up. And you're like, whoa, you're picking that up from probably us, which hurts the most, and throwing it back towards us, and it's really, really aggressive.
Or Auntie Jody might have given her a call the other day and said, hey, here's an idea.
Oh, I thought you said, or Auntie Jody told her to shut up, and she picked it up from there. Like, don't tell my kids to shut up.
Don't you tell my, how very dare you?
So we don't know how to get through to Lottie to tell her to not tell us to shut up.
Yes.
Because it's hurting our souls.
Yes.
So the other day when she told me to shut up, she turned her back towards us, and for whatever reason, Cara had just washed her hands and sprinkled some water on the back of her neck, to which she sprung around and said, what just happened? And then for whatever reason, I thought, well, I'm at my wit's end with this. So I said to her, every time you tell one of us to shut up, it will rain on you, okay? Out of nowhere, it will rain on you. And that absolutely blew her mind.
Yeah.
And then I'd say for a good 2 weeks, we didn't get told to shut up.
Yeah, right.
So then it dawned on me. I think the future with educating my kids is lying to them about outrageous scenarios.
You should ask Greg Otter. He's made an absolute career out of it.
Because that man's quick on his feet.
Can you remember the other day? Can you remember when the 4-year-old was like, you need to change my birthday so I'm 5 at the same time as Lockie and Hugo? And he goes, I'll email them on Monday.
I'll send him an email. She's like, oh, thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Goes, tells her friends, okay, Dad's going to send an email.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the future looks like in terms of her telling us to shut up, but so far, so good. And Lottie actually might be on her way to ELC as we speak. So, Lottie, I tell you right now, if you tell one of us to shut up, it's coming. Oh, run away from that rain. Oh, what else is that, by the way?
What?
Is that a Powderfinger song?
Is it?
Yeah. If you know, you know. You know exactly what to do.
Yeah. Just as a side note, next time you call me sweetie, it'll rain on you.
Excuse me, sweetie. Oh, gosh.